And welcome to this week's Illinois Wesleyan Titan Coaches Show. I'm Eric Stock, joined by Maya Smith, the women's head basketball coach at Illinois Wesleyan, the outright CCIW Conference champions. So, Coach, you got a chance to really celebrate twice this week with the share of the championship on Saturday and then the outright title in the finale against Elmhurst.
That's true, Eric. We did, and it seemed, I'm not sure exactly which one felt better. I know the Carthage game was really a hard-fought game for us. I thought the girls really handled themselves very well in that game. And then the Elmhurst game, we had such a big lead at the end. It just didn't seem like it was a conference championship game at that point. But it's certainly hitting us now that we're the conference champions. It's been 5 years since we stood alone and did that, so we're excited.
Well, thinking back to a couple of weeks ago, you were warning that these last few weeks were really going to be tough. Don't count on anything until it happens. And indeed, that turned out to be the case that last week, a grind going on the road against two of the better teams in the league.
Absolutely. Our game at Wheaton, I felt like Wheaton played very well, so there's a lot of credit needs to go to Wheaton. They're a very good team. I didn't feel like we played real well. We shied away from the things that we normally do that are our strengths. So, if we get a chance to see them again, I hope we do. I'm sure it'll be a different ball game. We'll play a different style. The game against Carthage, we knew what we were getting into when we got there, and of course you're on the road, and we always use our down 10 philosophy. We start the game down 10 points. How do we get back in when we're on the road? So, I was really pleased with the way our entire team played at Carthage.
Do you feel that the loss to Wheaton a couple of weeks ago helped refocus the team because maybe it was coming a little too easy there for a while?
Personally, no. Personally, I want to win them all. I think the girls do too. We might have been a little flat. We talk about, the highs and lows and the plateaus of a team sport and winning and losing and stuff like that. And I kind of felt like we might have been on a little bit of a plateau right at that time. And then we had Sydney's injury, season-ending injury. And then we had Maddie's broken nose. So in that plateau, we had a lot of things to deal with, some adversity. And again, I thought we rose to the top, handled it very well, and I just feel really blessed that I get to coach these girls.
And best to happen at that point in the season while you have time to regroup and you're still in the best standing possible in the league.
Absolutely. And we're so deep. Losing Sid broke my heart because that's the biggest pain about coaching is season-ending injuries. There's nothing you can do about it. And Sid was our best defender by far. I mean, she's the girl we put on everybody's leading scorer, and to lose that type of dynamic on your team, I don't think a lot of teams could handle that. But this team did. We rebounded. We found a way to make up for Sid not being on the floor. She helps us out from the bench now, which is really great. And you just move forward as fast as you can.
Well, I know you talked on Saturday about wanting to get the freshmen back to the level that they had been playing for much of the year when you were having such success, and you got that against Elmhurst. Riley Bravelli, 13.6 rebounds, and Raven Hughes, perfect from the field, finished with 10 points.
That's so key. And I think there for a while the freshmen were a little bit awestruck. They weren't quite as comfortable as they had been. Still got one. I need to get going a little bit here, but I'm sure she will. But Riley played so well last night. Just such a great game for her. She dominated, and she looked like she was a seasoned senior out there playing. And, this is the 10th. She is the 10th leading scorer this team has had in different ball games. We've got 13 players, and 10 different times we've had leading scorers. So it's really a testament to this team and how they can share the ball and how they just want to focus and play to win.
That is remarkable. I'm not sure that happens very often at all. 10 different leading scorers in one season. So you play the same team again here in a couple of days. What's that adjustment like, or is it does that make it easier, more challenging? How would you size that up?
It's tournament, and so because it's tournament time, you got to really focus on what it is that you're doing well. I've already watched the game film. I know there's a few things we can tweak. Now what adjustments will they make? So we're going to anticipate a few adjustments that they might make. We'll work on those for a couple of days in practice. And then just, you got to win every game from here on out. And we've been in that situation. We felt like we wanted to win the conference tournament outright. We wanted to host it here. So every game for us in the last 4 weeks has been a must-win situation. That's where it's at right now.
And I guess you're still in good standing to make it to the NCAA tournament regardless of what happens, but ideally you like to play it here for the first couple of rounds.
And that's certainly a possibility, Eric, and that's something we're kind of putting in the minds of the girls, but it's not at the forefront. The forefront is that one game at a time attitude, and everything you've got, don't let it be your last. And you know, today we know that there are a lot of teams in the country that are not practicing, and we're just thrilled that we've got that opportunity.
And hopefully for many more weeks to come. So the semifinals start here at Shirk Center on Friday night against Elmhurst, and hopefully the championship on Saturday. Thanks for the time, Coach. Best of luck.
Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it as always.